What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to Bad Days. My name's Hassan. Today we're going to talk about KSI and how YouTube potentially stole $10,000 from him. So, very well-known YouTuber KSI partnered with Logan Paul on their Prime Hydration drink, probably UK's biggest creator. He owns the Sidemen, or I don't know if he owns the Sidemen. He was a big part of the Sidemen, leader of the group for sure for a long time. His brother's Deji, who recently got in the ring against Floyd Mayweather. So, on the latest episode of one of KSI's YouTube channels, he was giving away $10,000 in gift cards throughout the video. Little TLDR for a lot of people who aren't YouTubers. Most videos, regardless of content, are gonna get demonetized initially. It's usually good if this happens before the video comes out. That way you can request to have it reviewed, so when the video goes live, you can know for sure that you still got that beautiful green check mark. I myself am the king of getting yellow check marks. Literally every single time I monetize a video on the main channel, it goes yellow till it turns green, and both of the Soups videos got yellow until they were green, so that's why I did not make a lot of money on the one video on the channel that has like 20,000 views. Besides the point. So KSI requests a review on the video because it got demonetized, and then he gets an email right here where he says, well, at no point in trying to collect the gift cards from the latest TNLTL, it's been claimed before the video is even out. It's not me. It's not Mo. The only person that watched the video is someone at YouTube to check whether or not the video should be demonetized or not. He said demonetized with an S, and that's how I know they're British as fuck, because it's demonetized with a Z. Besides the point, somebody at YouTube, potentially on the content moderation team, was like, this is my golden day to make some fucking bank, Scrooge McDuck moment, right before the holidays, and claim 10K. I don't necessarily know what they pay the moderation team at YouTube, but this is probably a pretty penny for that guy. KSI later follows up with a tweet saying, I'm going to find the person who works at YouTube for this because this ain't right. Bro just made 10,000 plus in Amazon gift cards. It's absolutely insane that somebody could do this. YouTube's not necessarily the gold standard in protecting its creators or stopping people from stealing money. On a personal note situation, my main channel, Hassan Khadair, is where I react to videos as myself and as this Mickey puppet. A lot of those videos are from channels and pages that are friends of mine, people that I'm genuinely friends with, and they let me react to their content because it brings good eyes to their plays, brings good eyes to mine, and I do my best to make the videos really, really aggressively transformative. Like, the point of you watching that video is the Mickey puppet or me. It's not necessarily the other video on the other side. Just so, I'm not exploiting the system like the old school people who used to just sit there and mindlessly stare at the screen without bringing any substance to the table. So I do that, right? And I started getting copyright claims from this company called Special Effects Media. I got several. I got dozens. And it was... a lot of them were saying they're from this guy named Scott's Reality. Well, I don't know Scott's Reality personally, but my friend Donald Duck, this guy right here, incredible 26 million followers on TikTok, he reacts to a lot of videos, and I react not necessarily to Scott's videos, but I react to Donald reacting to Scott. It's a very roundabout thing. And I hit up Scott. We talked for a little while. At first, he was like, I don't think your videos are reactions. I don't think they're transformative, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually he bent the knee and he was a lot nicer. But at first, a little combative. But we ended up becoming buddies. And then I showed him the thing and he was, we didn't claim this. I don't know who Special Effects Media is. So, for this situation, I trimmed out the segment. I called my YouTube manager to try and look into it. And he's like, okay, next time you get a claim, don't trim out the segment, dispute it, and we'll look into it for you. Well, the other day, I got hit on all of my biggest moneymakers in the channel. If you guys look at the channel, right now, not doing so hot, especially not in long form. This time last year was killing it in long form, but I have a couple of really huge videos that kind of bring home all the money on that channel for half the year, and those videos got claimed. And it wasn't just Scott's videos. It was actually my friend Jillian, aka Zombie Undead. Her videos that I reacted to also got claimed on my page, and I know for a fact that she doesn't work with Special Effects Media. I gave her a call, so now my YouTube manager is trying to look into Special Effects Media, which so far he said, from what he can tell, and everyone at YouTube said they are a legit organization, but I have literal proof that they're illegally abusing YouTube's copyright system to steal money from creators like me. And we're talking like 15 seconds of a 45-minute video, and they're going to claim all the revenue for it, regardless of whether or not this was a fraudulent claim or not. That's goddamn ridiculous, but it's a fraudulent claim. It 100% is. So waiting on figuring out the answer for there. I'm really crossing my fingers they just accept my disputes, and then YouTube can handle the legitimacy of that organization. But yeah, YouTube not necessarily known for looking out for its folks. The fact that, my channel has made less money than it ever has before in the last couple of weeks. Every day it's making less money. And it's because my main sources of revenue, these main videos that are always in the algorithm, always bumping, I'm not getting to see the revenue on those videos. And potentially I won't see a lick of that revenue. So, hey, watch a bunch more Bad Days videos. This channel is always monetized. No one can claim everything because I own everything we're talking about. But yeah, watch some Bad Days and put on some Mickey Mouse compilations on your TV, I guess. But besides the point, thought the story was really interesting, and obviously the internet did too. KSI's original tweet getting 106,000 likes, while his follow-up tweet getting 133,000, and then the story was covered by Mr. Jake Lucky over on Twitter. It's a really good place to keep up with all the streamer news and everything else, and Jake's tweet got 46,000 likes. So people are really looking for justice in this situation. Let me know your thoughts below. I'm curious what you think. Also, bonus things about to happen. So this part of Bad Days is ending, but a whole other video is attached to the end, and it's going to be about POKIMANE potentially getting scammed for news, Adin Ross getting swatted, and a couple things about KSI and Speed. And the reason it's being tacked onto the end of this video, it was filmed before I left to Disney a couple weeks ago, and we just haven't found a time because I had to cover the Soups news to really get this out there, but I still think it's really relevant and interesting information. It's a very interesting story. So stay tuned for that in just a second. My name's Hassan. I'll catch you guys in the next video in 2 seconds. We're going to talk about POKIMANE because Poki's in the news because she was almost scammed into sending nudes, which is wild and crazy. We're going to let Poki take this clip.
I need to tell you guys a story about how I was almost blackmailed recently, mainly because I don't want anyone else to fall for this really weird influencer scam. It all started a couple weeks ago when I got an email from this company called NUDES. If you don't know, they make like loungewear, bras, undergarments, things like that. And I actually mentioned them in one of my past videos because I wear their bras all the time, really comfy, love them. And sometimes when you order from a company and you talk about them, since they have your email from the order that you made, they'll email you and just say like, oh, thank you for the shout out. And they asked me if I wanted some PR, which like, if you use the stuff, why not, right? So afterwards, they sent me like this PowerPoint of this new collection that they want to launch, and they said that they just need my measurements and my address, and that they'll send me like 3 custom bras, whatever. However, I was in New York at the time, so I said, hey, can I send you all this stuff in a week when I'm back home? And they said, yeah, that's totally fine. They follow up a few days later when I'm back in LA, and I go to take my measurements, and that's when I look at the email with the diagram they sent me and everything, and I realize that they weren't showing me how to take my measurements. They were asking me to put tape measure around me and send them a photo of my bare chest. No company is going to ask you to send them a photo of your yitties. So that's when I realized this whole time I've been speaking to a scammer. They made a fake email pretending to be working at the company, and they added the same ending that the company would use, but then they put @hotmail.com. But they were also forwarding me fake emails from their fake boss, obviously just editing to pretend like it's a legit company email. They made a fake multi-page PowerPoint. And this person had kindly followed up numerous times. The amount of effort they put in is both comical and frightening. I don't even want to think about what they would have done if I actually sent them anything. Whether it's extort me for money, blackmail me. Like, if they have my address, it's even worse. That's also why you should always send stuff to a P.O. box. Do not give companies your actual address. The real crazy part is I told my friend about this, and she told me that her manager fell for one of these scams and made her send certain information and photos and stuff in to someone who was just lying and scamming them all along. Luckily, it wasn't anything too bad, but still. Please take this as a precautionary tale to really always do your due diligence with whoever you're working with online. Be careful what information you're sharing, especially if you're a smaller creator, because like me 6 years ago, I didn't have a P.O. box. And never trust someone with a Hotmail.
So she posted that long explanation on TikTok, and I just wanted to discuss how weird the social media landscape is right now, that like a top tier streamer like that can almost get pranked. Also, we just finished watching Philip DeFranco. Philly D covered this video or covered this whole news story, and it really, really cracked me up because he was like, what kind of influencer falls for this? Like, who thinks to send somebody your bra size or your measurement means that you send them pictures of you measuring yourself? Like, they need like a proof of concept.
I feel like I've heard of this happening before.
Really?
Maybe it was in a TV show though, and it wasn't actually real.
It feels like it almost has to be a TV show because it's such an absurd situation. So that happened, and it's scary. It's a very scary time to be a creator. For me, like my inbox sponsorships wise, dry. If you've noticed, we don't have a ton of sponsors here, but I do get an exceedingly large amount of spam accounts and spam messaging and stuff like that. So I could see if you're really, really uneducated in the field that it's going to go over your head. I would say I was a little shocked that Pokey even like bought it for a second, but I'm so glad that she didn't end up doing that because it's such an upsetting situation. And in the same genre of streamer news, we had Adin Ross get swatted live on Twitch. And sorry, we're jumping from topic to topic. I'm literally just we're about to go to Disney World tomorrow, so I was like, let's just do a Twitch drama roundup of things. But Adin Ross got swatted live. He kept streaming while he was being swatted, so I'm going to include the clip here.
There's a SWAT team at my house right now, bro. I can hear him.
Yeah, send Anthony outside.
Yep, he's coming right now. I hear it. All right. I hear my friends outside already, like, being screamed at by cops, bro. Why do y'all do this, bro? I hear walkie-talkies right now. Y'all are lame as bro. I genuinely hope you guys lose in life. You're weird. Come, yeah. Shut the up and come downstairs. Everyone put their hands up, bro. Just chill. You're moving a lot. Just chill, bro. I know. No, I'm scared. This happened to me, bro. I almost died. This is no joke.
They're gonna come with guns, right?
They're gonna come with guns, yeah. They're gonna point at us, everything. Just put your hands up. They're not gonna shoot us, bro.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
All right, I'm coming right now. All right, I got you. I'm coming out right now, sir.
And yeah, it's an insane situation that swatting is still happening because
It feels like such a 2013 kind of
it's
thing.
it's so upsetting. And like swatting and doxing, I have a friend that's a creator, and I don't want to say their name because I don't want you to be able to look up their information, but she was recently doxed, and she had people coming to her mother's house and harassing her mother because they thought it was her address, but she lives not there anymore, and it was insane. But yeah, their lives are on the line. People's lives are on the line when they're being swatted. They're being told like, hey, there's an active shooter on site, they've killed this many people, and that's like what the police are operating with. So these SWAT teams come in with guns. So you see, Adin Ross and his friends with their hands up, and he keeps telling them to hold their hands up and not to argue and not to yell or anything like that because they could very well get killed because of the situation.
That's so scary. People have been killed. Yeah,
People have been killed. People have absolutely been killed in these situations, and it's terrifying. And the property damage is ridiculous. Ludwig was swatted last month as well.
Really?
Ludwig Ogren, and he had a bunch of furniture destroyed, but everybody was okay.
So how do people even protect their docs and protect themselves from swatting?
So, I mean, like, you protect your information whatever way you can, but it really is up to, like, local precincts to be aware of you. And it's weird because they knew about Ludwig, and I think they knew about Adin Ross as well, but they still had the response that they had. I think that a lot of creators like this need to be able to have a line to say, hey, like, this is the guy that I call when this is happening, and he's always available to answer because this is a very scary situation. Speed, I Show Speed, massive streamer in the same vein as Adin Ross, 2K streamer turned into degenerate massive streamer, and I Show Speed also went through this exact same situation recently. He was streaming, and it showed the body cam footage that was released of the incident showed the front of his house, which crazy. Speed, you're a millionaire now. Move out of the projects.
Oh,
He's still like in a bad spot, and we can. Like I like know similar areas like where he lives, like what he lives in, and it's wild. But yeah, even Speed's been swatted recently, and he needs to move just because people know where he lives now. And he's a very, very, very public figure. He's also a big idiot who lights fireworks in his room while he's in his room. So great. But he's a once in a generation talent as far as like the audience he's garnered and why he's garnered it. Different conversation. But yeah, Speed was also swatted. That's a lot of the big guys right now.
There was a clip I saw a long time ago of a guy. It was like a streamer who was sleeping, and like one of the chat people asked the Alexa to give his address, and the Alexa like responded like on the stream.
That's so terrifying.
Like,
contrary to popular belief, some like not all streamers are multimillionaires and are like or can move. If my address gets leaked, I'm not moving. I can't afford to move right now. I'm not gonna fly off to another location. So yeah, that is genuinely terrifying. So it's a weird time to be a creator. That said, like all four of the creators we mentioned so far, no, three, Pokey, Adin Ross, and Kai, or not Kai, and Speed are just incredible. I say Kai because I've been thinking of Kai because Kai,
Yes, me too.
Which I'll talk about what Kai's been up to in a second too. But yeah, it's wild how massive they are in the space and how even them, they're dealing with like stupid BS when you know, like Angelina Jolie's not dealing with this. And I personally think Pokimane's a bigger deal than Angelina Jolie ever was. Like, respectfully, more people should be a fan of Pokey as opposed to Angelina. And I think Angelina just put on an awesome performance for Eternals, but I don't think that she's worthy of the praise as opposed to somebody who's Connor Nargis.
It was in Eternals.
Yeah, Eternals was a dog shit movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, in streamer news, kind of more happy, upbeat streamer news, Ludwig's dance, the Luddy, took the world by storm. It's like a crazy viral trend on TikTok now, which is crazy because Ludwig doesn't seem like 2 years ago, he wasn't anybody. He was streaming to 400 people. Like, he was not who he is now, and now he streams to 28,000 viewers. He streamed Among Us VR today. Crazy, massive creator. And the guy who won the competition for the best Luddy, Kai Cenat, and I'd love to talk about Kai because Kai was streaming with rapper 21 Savage last night, and that was wild. And he was showing him the trends of 21 Savage put out a song with Drake, where Drake is kind of being 21's hype man in a way that is almost like a lot of feminine or female hype men of rap songs past. So a lot of people made like memes where like Drake was kind of a little dancing. It was like a little dancing lady for hype man, and 21 watched it. And you know, I think there's a bigger discussion to be had of like homophobia in the rap scene, because it really felt like 21 Savage was like, yo, this dude, like, is he a dude? Is he a girl? Like, he like couldn't understand that he's like just being feminine and that's okay.
Along with the jokes that people were making.
Yeah.
But
it's still incredible thing that we're having, you know, that kind of crossover, that Kai, some kid from Atlanta really is able to garner that type of attention and to be able to have a guy like 21 Savage who is just a mega star, a behemoth in the industry.
So did Kai get his start off of doing the Luddy? Is that what he's...
No. Kai's been around for a lot of stuff. Kai just won the Luddy. Ludwig was reacting on stream to the best Luddies, and it was like a compilation put together. And he's like the second to last one. Ludwig was like, and you're ending with the best, and then it cuts to Kai doing it, and Kai does great.
Getting into Kai's content for the past few days.
Yeah, and I like met Kai before I actually like watched a ton of his stuff. So definitely in industry vibe. I was wearing this exact same shirt when I met Kai, actually. But yeah, it's really cool. And you're gonna keep his eye on him. We're gonna do some more in-depth videos soon. We want to do a video about racism in social media and the prominence of it. We got the Utah blackface kids as well as the girl from Kentucky University screaming slurs. So we're gonna cover like all of that together because I covered a lot of it in Bad Day Shorts on Instagram and TikTok, and the comments I think are something worth addressing as well. But we are in a bit of a rush to leave because it's 11:49. Our flight is in 12 hours. I have not packed. I have not done a bit of laundry and any kind of preparation for this trip. So we got to bounce. But hey, my name's Hassan.
I'm Isaiah.
Sincerely hope your bad days are your best stories. We'll see you next time.